You're looking at it, sorry Nyota, I'm still on this. Looking at it, now, what is happening with the local gene is around the rural areas, and one would have thought that the urban areas where we have so many chocolate lovers, you know, pastries lovers, will have something better. But to think that we had it in the news that in highbrow areas we still have people who would trade in expired products.
Let me go back to your question. To you, it's highbrow area. To us, it's just a regular company because every life of a Nigerian counts. It does not matter whether it's highbrow, whether it's lowbrow, anywhere a Nigerian stands a risk, it counts to us. So to us, the company that you are talking about, you're alluding to, that I believe that you are talking about, is just one of the thousands of companies that we regulate on a daily basis. And sometimes when we find problems, we make sure that we sort out these problems. We did find out this company has some violations. Even their storage facility, their cold room was situated in an area that was not, we did not approve. So some of the products that they brought were expired. They claimed that they were not using them in production, but we followed them to the factory, to the real place where they produce and sell to the people, and we found some of the products right there on line of production. So we, of course, carried out some enforcement activities. We shut that down for some time to make sure that they comply with all the good hygienic practices before we reopen them. We just reopened them, I think, last week, because we gave them all the requirements that they have to comply. And then we have kept an eye on that. We have done that routinely to so many companies.
Why did you reopen them, considering the fact that they had sold expired products to Nigerian consumers? I mean, other consumers, not necessarily Nigerians, but they've sold expired products. You just reopened them, nothing punitive?
Well, there's punitive, of course, there are administrative charges involved. But you see, what we do is that we are here not to even close people's businesses down, but we're there to make sure that you comply with good manufacturing practices. This is just one of such companies that maybe because of they are located in a highbrow area and very high level clients patronize them, it became of a major interest to members of the public. But to us, this is a daily thing that we see in companies sometimes trying to cut corners. And then what we do in those cases is that we do administrative charges, we shut the place down and make sure that they put in place all the procedures and standard operating procedures that will make sure that their products are safe.
If I may come in here, NAFDAC does administrative charges, shuts them down for a while and reopens them.
Is that not just shut down for a while and reopen them, give them compliant directives.
Okay.
That you must put this in place, you must have this in place, we must ensure that we have this and this and that and that. And once you have done that, and we are sure that your products are now, you now can operate safely, we will reopen you.
You know, you say you do this, is something you see on a daily basis.
Yes.
One would think that because you've been doing this on a daily basis, you've been shutting down, giving compliance and administrative charges, the incidences would be reducing, but it's as though they are on the rise. Does NAFDAC have prosecutorial powers?
NAFDAC does have prosecutorial powers. I speak to you now, we have more than 100 cases in court. Every year we spend more than 500 million naira just prosecuting cases. But we try to prosecute mostly when there is massive fraud involved, also especially counterfeit medicines, for example. You bring in counterfeit medicine, we fully and fraudulently manufacture medicine to deceive people into thinking that they are what is not. And then millions of people are put at risk.
So wouldn't you consider these factories that sell expired products as putting the lives of many people at risk?
Expired products is dangerous. It's dangerous to the extent that these products are expired, but it's not as egregious as when you manufacture a counterfeit medical product that will kill so many people. So we have to try to cut down on prosecution.
Yeah, the distinction for that one is that, is it that when they sell their expired products, having brought them in not expired, or those who deliberately bring in expired products for sale?
Well, when you see a product that is expired, you do not know whether they brought it in expired or they brought it. The only thing that you...
I mean, at the point of entry.
At the point of entry, sometimes you don't know when they brought it in. So you cannot tell whether it was brought in expired or it expired while it was still in the store. But most people, when you catch them, they claim that they have brought this product, they are just they had not been able to use it, and then it expired on them, and they have even set it aside for destruction before you came.
On the shelf?
People can say that they were just, they even sometimes blame their staff. We told them to look around and see if they can find this, remove them, routinely remove expired products. If you go to a supermarket, sometimes they stock these products and the products expire on the shelf. People who are supposed to go routinely around and remove this product do not always do it. And sometimes the supermarket may be selling the expired product. When you catch them, they say, somebody who was supposed to do their job by removing this product routinely failed to do their job, and it was not intentional.
Let's wind down with this production of local gin. So what measures have been put in place now to ensure that they are regulated? Because seeing what we see on the screen where they produce them, that's not good enough.
We're going to require that all people who want to continue to manufacture and distribute local gin should be registered with NAFDAC. We're going to require that. And then once you apply to be registered, you trigger the process of evaluation. We will send our officers to the site where you say you are going to manufacture the product. We look at your raw materials, we look at the environment where you want to manufacture, and approve it. If it is not, it does not meet the standards, we try to organize some seminars for people around that area that want to be engaged in manufacturing. Teach them the best practices on how to manufacture this product to avoid contaminants. And then once you comply with all this, we allow you, we register you as a manufacturer. So
when last did your men go to town to check this?
We are still on it. In fact, we are going from state to state looking for what. I've directed all our state officers to look around. In fact, I'm having a meeting next week at Abuja with some of the local manufacturers who say that already have formed an association and want to come and discuss how to, the way forward with us, how to register their products, how we should inspect them and get them approved.
Okay, because I'm seeing Peter here who's asking, you should be focusing on education on the additives that they add. Look, he says gin, brandy, whiskey, they could give health problems anywhere, but those additives, they can't go without being noticed.
That is why we do not want to kill the local gin industry and give advantage to the imported ones. But we want the local gin industry also to be, the products that are manufactured here to be healthy for Nigerians to consume. Like I told you, they are disproportionately addictive and very highly toxic. There must be something that's contaminating them. So that is why we want to stop where we are, look at the industry, see how we can change it. Even the one that this woman claimed that they have been manufactured, they have never heard about this. Maybe it is just because nobody has heard about it. But if you go to the villages, I've gone to the villages to see some of these people who take ogogoro, and you will be shocked out to see a human being depreciate to nothingness. They come, you see them, these are people who cannot even contribute anything to their own families.
I'm quite sure if we look at it critically, there must be something, there must be an additive that they have been putting into all of this. You just told us about what people do when they bring these things to denature some of them. And if you look at it critically, in the times of their ancestors who also used them for worship in their own traditional way, I'm quite sure the production is quite different from what obtains now.
It is quite possible that some things have been changed. Even the raw materials that are used for production could have been changed. Maybe the raw material that were used before are no longer there. You know, people use so many different products. It can be made from sugarcane. It can be made from, I think, even banana. It can be made from cassava. It can be made from so many different raw materials.
It's not like speaking with the traditional rulers in some of these places, because if they're part of this campaign and this drive to make the people more aware and stay off the illicit additive that they have added to this big business, they will listen.
We are definitely going to involve the traditional rulers. The campaigns that we did in Benue State, we did involve the traditional rulers and the Ministry of Justice and the legislature there. So going forward too, we are going to involve the traditional rulers, religious leaders, all layers of the society. We are going to involve the entertainment industry, because there are people, you know, you have different sections of the society. Some people listen to only maybe when a musician has sung it. Some people listen to only a traditional ruler. Some people listen to their religious, their pastor, if the pastor has said it. then they will listen to them. So we're going to involve all these people who have influence on members of the public.
All right, thank you very much for coming on this morning. Dr. Paul Orhii is the Director General of NAFDAC. Well, we'll be back in just a moment. We might as well just take a look at some comments coming through, but okay, that'll be when we return. Join us again.